I have learned so much from being on this medication. It's insane. I gained so much more out of this experience than just clear skin. Wow. Well, here we are. Let's just get into it. Intros are boring, and I think that they're a waste of time. We know why you're here, so let's go. Accutane. Wow. I was specifically on Epuris, which is a different brand, I believe, but at the end of the day, it's isotretinoin. That is the main ingredient in this drug, which is a very severe drug. I was on this medication for 6 months. Some people need a year, some people are 8 months. It really depends on what your dermatologist decides is best for you. It was a little more than 6 months because I stopped for a week on my trip to Mexico, and there were some days that I just forgot, like straight up. I just forgot. Whoops. So let's just get the fuck into it, okay? So my acne began in October, November, and it got progressively worse in December. I became so depressed. I became so unhappy. It became so painful that I just had to make a choice. No, I did not go to a naturopath or anything. Your girl just don't have the time or money. I tried the few things that people recommend to do, and nothing changed. It just kept getting worse. And so eventually I just had to make a choice. My life is on camera. My career was being compromised due to my relationship with my skin. And so I started to do my research. I went to the doctor and I bit the fucking bullet and I just said, all right, let's do it. You need to do your own research, and that's also why I wanted to make this video. Some of the side effects I dealt with, I have not seen, okay? And they need to be on the internet because everyone deals with everything differently. So I have lots of notes. January 8th, I started Accutane. Mentally, I was in shambles. But I was already in shambles because of the acne. Like, the Accutane didn't cause that. I already felt that way. Acne is debilitating. My acne was cystic acne. It hurt to put gym clothes on. Like, this was no bueno. It was so painful for my body to have anything tight. It hurt to sleep on my side. Whatever the level is your experience. And so that's why we're not gonna judge anyone. Just because someone's acne is worse than yours does not invalidate your experience, your pain, your fear, your insecurities, period. Mentally, I was in the dumps, and it just got worse because I went sober for the first time, not just with alcohol, but also with weed. I stopped drinking coffee. Like, I don't know why I was making everything harder for myself, but I also decided to stop drinking coffee. I was trying to change a lot. There's a saying that goes, eat the frog first. I was taking as much pain as I could and swallowing it all at the same time, which was much harder and is much harder to do rather than stopping drinking first, then slowly taking out weed, then slowly taking out coffee. I did it all at once. And what I've learned from that is the more pain you swallow at once, the reward comes faster, period. That is life. So that's just a side note, and that's something really beautiful that I've learned. A lot of growth, an insane amount of growth, and changes that needed to be made that I had nothing to force me to stop drinking. You know, it's not that I had a drinking problem, but I drank every week. Anytime I would cook, I'd pour a glass of wine, I'd go out, have some tequila, have some cocktails, you know, and I wasn't just drinking 1 or 2 drinks, I was drinking, you know, like most of us do. Yeah, alcohol is poison, and I've learned that you should not be drinking unless there's a real occasion. Like, why are you just drinking? Like, it's just, you know, it's not that serious. It is that serious, actually. Like, I'm so young and I want my life to be long. So let's normalize that. My acne was bad, and due to all of these other changes, I was a mess. I was irritable, I was agitated, I was aggressive, I was anxious, I was angry. God bless Imad. For those of you that don't know, that's my man. God bless him for standing beside me. This was a very difficult time, not just for me, for my relationship. You know, when you have a partner, the things you go through are not just your experience. They become your best friends. They become your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your partner. This was tough, and I had a few episodes in January, slamming doors, throwing stuff, very embarrassing, okay? And since then, I've obviously done a lot of work on my emotional stability. February, it just kind of stayed the same, except the purge occurred. My cystic acne kind of went down, and I started to get a lot of smaller pimples. It was clearly doing something, you know, I could feel the medication started to kick in. So my purge happened pretty quick. February, it was like, bam, baby. Also in February, the dry lips. Ooh, girl, the dry lips, the dry skin, especially dry lips. If you don't have Vaseline or Laneige or any type of good lip balm, even Nivea, girl, if you don't have this in every purse, in every bag, every corner of your house, you're gonna have to buy some, because the dry lips is no joke, and my lips became so dry that they'd crack at the sides. And this was also winter, okay? So it was even worse. The next product that you're gonna need on hand is sunscreen. Specifically this one, this is Korean sunscreen, so it's very good. Imad put me on this. Sunscreen, you are much more sensitive to the sun. It's not that serious, okay? But if you're one of those people that's like, oh, I don't care, like I don't wear sunscreen. Well, you should, because you're gonna age, baby. You're gonna age quick. We don't want that. So I went to Miami in February. I was fine. I was in the sun. I burned maybe a little bit because I wanted to burn, because I wanted it to clear up my acne. The tea is it didn't really clear up my acne. Like I thought that I was gonna go to Miami and it was gonna clear it up and it was gonna be all fun, and it didn't. So I was not that cute in Miami. I had a really bad attitude. I was just, unhappy. Yeah, just sunscreen. Not that serious. My sex drive went down a lot. I didn't even want to take my shirt off. I didn't feel sexy. I don't know if I can talk about like masturbation on here, but like that wasn't a thing. I was not in tune with myself. I was not in tune with my girl. I was not in tune with my sensuality. I do think that the medication actually dipped my sex drive. I've said this before, I posted this on Threads. Fuck motivation. Motivation doesn't lead to results. A lot of people have it twisted. Results lead to motivation. I had no motivation to do anything, girl. And you know what's still insane? I put out 2 songs in January. I put out a song in February. I put out a song in March. Like, I don't know how I kept going. And even though I barely made content, I still was able to get in front of a camera and make something happen. This is where discipline, baby, discipline is your girl. Discipline is the end all be all. Fuck motivation. Yeah, very, very miserable. My skin's kind of gone all fucked up all over again. I'm not having it today. I'm really not having it. I feel very fucking ugly. So yeah, I hated looking at myself in the mirror day in and day out. It was fake it till you make it. Okay, that's February. March, my back started to clear. There was definitely improvements. My face was like meh. There was some improvements, but I think it would go up and down. So March is where the tea starts, okay? Joint pain. This is so traumatizing. There was one morning that I woke up that I was just like, wow, I can't walk. My hip was in so much pain, I actually went to go get an x-ray and an ultrasound. Like, that's how much pain, excruciating pain. The ultrasound and the x-ray come back clear. Of course! I spoke with my pharmacist, God bless Jason. He was actually on this medication many years ago. And so I would always go to him for advice. He's like, how are you doing? I'm like, I'm very unwell. My hip is in so much pain. It's been for the past 2 days. He's like, oh yeah, I dealt with that too. Like, it's a side effect. Bitch, what? What? Yeah, so, yeah. The clear skin definitely has a price to pay, okay? But thankfully, after 3 days, maybe 4 days, it completely went away. You will be fine. You just need to trust that it will go away. This is like the only plus to the medication. March was when I also started noticing that the oils in my hair kind of started to disappear. This was very nice. I didn't have to wash my hair, like, really until maybe 2 weeks. A week and a half, like, I could go that long. That's unheard of. I usually have to wash my hair every 3 days. So that was fun until the dandruff started. So then you need Head and Shoulders. This is going to be your friend because you're gonna get so dry that your scalp actually now needs to, like, you need to counteract it. But once I started using Head and Shoulders, it did the magic it needed to do. Shout out to my girl Emily. This changed my life. Vitamin E cream. March is when I began to use vitamin E cream. This changed my life. This right here is like magic in a bottle. You will be shocked at how much this will help your acne. She was like, don't be scared to use it while you still have acne, because number one, it will actually help the acne. And number two, when the acne clears up, you will have a much lower risk of your acne leaving scars if you put this on while it's clearing up, instead of just afterwards. You understand? I still use this to this day, and I think I'm gonna use it for the rest of my fucking life. I put it on every night before bed and I look like a frickin' Krispy Kreme donut. I stand by it. So that's that. Then we reach April. April is crazy because so much good happened and so much bad happened. Skin-wise, woohoo! My back completely cleared up. My skin definitely made improvements. This is when I really started to see the improvements on my face. Then, one beautiful morning, I tried to go to the bathroom like I always do in the morning, and it was the most painful thing I have ever gone through. And I started bleeding down there. Yep, not my period. No, not my period. I started bleeding down there for 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks straight. And I became very constipated. Girl, I told you I was gonna give you the most detailed video on the internet. Did I not? I told you, and I keep my word. We think, my doctor thinks, because we don't even really know. The only thing that makes sense is an internal hemorrhoid. Wow. If you didn't think it could get any better. Hemorrhoid, okay? Bleeding, nonstop for 3 weeks straight. Constipation, extremely painful. Crying on the toilet almost every morning. T. It got so bad that I was like, I can't poo. Like, I don't want to poo. And I love to poo. Most of you agree. Like, it's a human thing. And if I don't have my morning bowel movement, then I don't know. I'm just not myself. So this became very sad. And it's very funny, but it's not funny. Like, very, very sad. I started taking these fiber gummies and they helped. The constipation went away. I also eventually just had to start taking laxatives because I had no other choice. But it was still painful. It was one of the most painful experiences that I've ever dealt with in my life. I honestly don't know if I'd wish it upon my worst enemy. Maybe. So then I finally could go to the bathroom again, and There was blood here and there, okay? I really just am so shocked at how many side effects one medication can cause. So as I said, this medication is very dehydrating. I started to notice it when I was singing. Like, I became so dehydrated that my throat so dry, and I felt like I constantly had to do that, which is not good for your throat. It's not good for your voice to do that. I'd wake up every morning and I would feel like I smoked a pack of cigarettes. This was a little scary. And obviously, I'm a singer and I work so late. I had to turn down gigs because I couldn't manage. In March, I sang a set, which was around 30 minutes. And the next morning, it felt like I smoked a pack of cigarettes. So I started steaming my voice every morning. You put like a towel over, t-shirt, whatever, hot water, and just breathe that shit in. For all my singers out there, steam your voice. May. At the end of April, we went to Mexico for my birthday. I decided to stop my medication for this week. I think it was only 4 days out of the 6. This is totally doable. Run it by your dermatologist, but it's totally doable. Due to the fact that Mexico is a much hotter place than Miami, I was like, I think I want to stop it. And also, I think I want to drink, okay? I haven't had a drink in months. It's my birthday. Let's get into it. It was fine. If you are going on vacation and you do want to take time to bathe in the sun and drink, I highly recommend it. Emotionally, I started to kind of come back to myself. I started to feel better. May is when I really started to do the shadow work that needed to be done to get to where I am today. I started to get a little more motivated, a little more inspired. I put out Save It For You and Tequila. It was good. It was good. I was more comfortable on camera. I was having more fun. I was being more gentle with myself. So we were definitely getting somewhere. June is when I really started to see progress in my face. And it just consistently kept getting clearer. My back was still, emotions became easier to deal with. I became consistent at the gym again. I started to feel huge waves of confidence and happiness, knowing that I've made it through this far. To know that I was capable of getting here, and even just capable of getting through those first 3 months, that's like you feel good. That's ultimately how confidence is built. Confidence is built in making promises to yourself and keeping them. Keeping your word to yourself. Confident comes from the word confidant. And so if you can confide in yourself and you can be that person for yourself, you just become so confident. The more you achieve, the more you do, the more you go after the things that you so badly want to go after, confidence just comes along with it. July, like the best month ever. Skin was clear as fuck. It all cleared up. Still using this. This is where it's at. Also, hyaluronic and salicylic acid helped a lot. Funny enough, I actually just ran out of them, but The Ordinary, y'all know what's up. Affordable, they last, they're incredible. Every day, hyaluronic twice in the morning and then in the evening, and salicylic in the evening. July just became like, oh my gosh, I'm around the corner. Like, oh my gosh, I'm around the corner. I started to put all my photos together. I started to make this list of all of my, my journey. I was excited. I was excited to get here. I was excited to know that I did it. I did it. August, I took my last pill and my skin is absolutely stunning. I'm glowing from the inside out because I put the work in, I've accomplished so much, and obviously the medication fucking works. Yeah, there's only very faint scars. You guys obviously can't see under this makeup, but I'm gonna insert some videos right here. It's clearing up by the day as I continue to use vitamin E cream. It's literally magic. I recommend it for anyone. Even if you have clear skin, just put vitamin E cream on it because it's gonna be even nicer. My skin is so soft as well. I wake up with just baby skin. My skin is already less dry. My lips are literally already way less dehydrated. And it's only been 2 weeks. My emotions are definitely going a little woohoo, but again, that's normal because you're coming off of a major medication. And so there's going to be a few, you know, woohoo moments, but just be gentle with yourself and remind yourself that you are coming off of this major medication that you were on for many months. So it's okay. Wow. You know, it felt like this was going to take forever. Back in December, back in January. And I'm sitting here now and I'm like, 6 months? Like, that's nothing. In the bigger picture of things, 6 months is nothing. People overestimate what they can do in a day, and they underestimate what they can achieve in a year, let alone 5 years, let alone a decade. Life is long, okay? Life is long. And once you start moving like that, with this longevity, this long-term view of things, you start to enjoy the process way more. To be great at something takes time. If you really want to be great at something, you need to put your effort in. You need to pay your dues. You need to pay your debts. One way or another, you gotta pay. I definitely paid. I paid the price for this, and I'm proud of it. We're capable of so much more than we think we are. Just try. Try that thing you're afraid of. Do that thing you're afraid of. You gotta start someday, you know? You can't just keep pushing it off and expect it to happen. Like, just bite the fucking bullet and start your YouTube channel. Bite the fucking bullet and put out a song. Bite the fucking bullet and go to the gym. You need to start eventually. You just need to shut up and do it. That's how I felt about this. I was like, all right, I think I've researched enough. I don't know how many more videos I can watch. I don't know how many more people I can speak to. I just need to stop. And that's what I did. You can do the same thing with anything. Be fucking for real and do what you want to do. There is always a yin and yang. There's always a price to pay. There always. And although I went through a little bit of hell, and you guys are probably shocked at the amount of side effects I dealt with, I would do it all again, baby. I would do it all again. One of the most important things in this life is feeling good about yourself. And if that's clear skin, if that's getting fit, if that's eating better, if that's getting your nails done, if that's getting a tattoo, do it and let everyone else be. It's not your business, it's not your problem. To wrap this video up so that it's not 5 hours long, I want to give you guys a list of products. My skincare routine, I'm going to show right here. I use the glow recipe if I want some extra glow. Make sure you have a good vitamin C cream. This one actually I got for free and I really quite like it. Green Envy Glossy Brightening Serum. You need a nice good cream. Baby, you can buy literally basically all of this at Walmart, okay? Sometimes we really do see our near future and it's scary. Leveling up is scary. I was scared, but here I am now. And I already knew that this medication was gonna change my life. I already know that this video is gonna change my life too. And I want this video to change your life. So let's end it there. I see you, I hear you. You are important, you are valued, you are capable of so much more than you think. Every individual experiences things differently. I have friends that drank the entire time they were on Accutane. I have friends that said that they were fine emotionally, that didn't care about anything. I think that it brings out what you already are. It brings out the things that already exist in you. I've dealt with constipation since I was a little girl. I've been hospitalized for mental health. Like, just be mindful of who you are. Get to know yourself a little more. Stay fucking glossy, baby. The world is yours. I love you. Mwah. You can do this. I got you.